Hey guys, what is up? Reese here, and I'm finally back at you with another shoe review video. What we're looking at today is the Air Jordan 11 Retro in the 72 and 10 colorway. The colors listed on the box are black, gym red, white, and anthracite. And these released on Saturday, December 12th, 2015, with a retail price of $220. Believe it or not, this is actually my very first pair of the Air Jordan 11. I know for a lot of people who collect Air Jordan Retros, the 11 is kind of the holy grail. And it's actually a silhouette I've really liked for a long time. It's just one that I'm not super connected to the point where if I haven't been able to get them for retail, I've usually passed, and that's been the way it's been for the past couple years. And especially the past couple releases, I haven't been super excited about either, which just didn't help. You know, with the Gammas, they were alright, like they were fine. If I'd been able to get them for retail, I would have happily taken them, but when I didn't get them, I was just like, you know what, it's not worth it. I don't want to pay resale values, and I don't really care enough, honestly, to pay resale values. And even last year with the Legend Blues, that's a colorway that I'm just not a huge fan of, so it was pretty easy to pass on those and not really worry about it. From the get-go with this pair, however, I really like what Jordan Brand did, both with the materials and doing some kind of different things for the 11, and also just with the theme. The 72 and 10s pay tribute to the 95-96 Bulls, which, for reference, that was the year that obviously Michael Jordan wore the Air Jordan 11, and that was also the year that they started their second three-peat of the NBA championship. What was really exciting about that year, though, and what this shoe specifically relates to, is the fact that the Bulls went 72 and 10 in the regular season, so 72 wins, only 10 losses, which was incredible. To this day, that's still the best record any team has ever had in the NBA. Although, let's be real, the Warriors are trying pretty hard to beat that number this year. It's pretty early in the season, so it's hard to say whether they'll be able to do it, but that'll be something interesting to watch, and it just kind of makes it really ironic that this was the year that Jordan released the 72 and 10 colorway. Regardless of what the Warriors do, though, what the Bulls were able to do in that season was pretty incredible, and it's nice to have a tribute to that here. Jordan Brand did some different things with the Air Jordan 11 for this release. You've got a couple touches specifically for the 72 and 10 theme, and you've also just got a couple things that create kind of like more of a premium atmosphere about the shoe and just kind of change it up from what we're used to seeing on the Air Jordan 11. I'll get into everything in the close-up section of this video coming up soon, but some of the important things to notice about that are things like the upper, instead of using Cordura nylon or kind of that ballistic mesh material, features tumbled leather. And then what's cool is for the patent leather, rather than having like smooth leather, which then has the plastic covering applied, you've actually got a base of tumbled leather. So it's got a really cool look, and I'll try to capture it with the camera. Hopefully it'll show up so you can see it if you haven't already picked up a pair of these or seen them in store yourself. There are a few other cool things that Jordan Brand did for these, and like I said, we'll get into all of those in the up-close video. Real quick though, I also wanted to touch on the quality of these, because that's been a huge deal this year with the remastered series and all of these things. I've got to say the quality is nice on these, and it's one of those things. I've picked up a few retros in 2015. I had the 30th anniversary Laser 4s, the Aqua 8s, and then these, and for all of them, I've been happy with the quality. You know, it's not like I open the box and I say, wow, these are just incredible and my mind is blown, but they've been good quality. They've been exactly what I want from any pair of shoes I pick up, which is nice. The only thing is, like, with the whole, you know, remastered hype around it and everything that Jordan has built up, I do kind of expect sometimes to open the box and just kind of be like, oh yeah, they did these right. And I just haven't really experienced that. You know, what I get is kind of what I expect from a shoe. You know, I expect good quality. There might be like one or two very small things, but nothing at all that bothers me. And that's what I've gotten, and so that's fine. It's just something to note, like when you hear about the remaster, don't be expecting, you know, absolutely something incredible that you're not getting with any other brand. They're really getting back to some of the basics about making sure that the quality is in a good place for Air Jordan Retros, because that hasn't always been the case the past couple years. So I'd love to hear what your thoughts are in the comments on, you know, the quality of these, the quality of any other of the retros you picked up in 2015. Just sound off about that. But with all that said, let's dive into the close-up view, and we'll talk about the materials, colors, and all the special things Jordan Brand did for the 72 and 10 Air Jordan 11. Here we go with a close-up view of the Air Jordan 11 in the 72 and 10 colorway. Before we actually go over the shoe, I'll show you the box just real quick, because they do a special box for the Air Jordan 11. So you got like the 23 up there, Jordan Jumpman, logo that you see on the tongue of the 11s there. Nothing else on the box is too exciting. You do kind of have like a patent leather mimicking glossy part, and then kind of like the matte part, kind of mimicking how the shoe is designed. Got your tag, your pull-out tab, because this is a pull-out box. And then inside the box, there's like a little cover that comes with it. Looks like this, so it's red, and then you've got the, we got it upside down. You've got the XI for Roman numerals for 11 there, and like an opaque white. And then it's got 3 sentences on here. The top, you've got Tinker made them shine. Then you've got Mike made them fly, and you made them iconic. So it's just kind of cool. I'm a sucker for a release where they do a special box. But anyway, getting into the shoe itself, you've got, for the upper, you've got 2 main sections. Down around the bottom, you've got patent leather wrapping all the way around. And that was something Tinker Hatfield added to kind of help with the stability of the shoe. He was watching videos of Michael Jordan playing and doing all sorts of cuts, and he would notice in like older shoes, like his foot would really contort a lot. So the goal was to create kind of like a more structural, more rigid shoe that could support his movements without giving a lot and without kind of making his foot have to twist and move in weird ways. And so what you've got here is actually like a tumbled patent leather. Hopefully you can kind of see that under there. There's also kind of an iridescent shine to it, but basically, so the, you know, patent leather is just applying like some sort of varnish or plastic coating to leather. And so they've actually done that to a patent leather, which looks really, really sharp. It's something that doesn't pick up super well on camera, but when you're wearing them, you really notice it. So then for the upper, you've had the normal Cordura nylon ballistic mesh that we're used to, replaced with a really nice tumbled leather. It's soft, it's good quality. You've got that down the side as well as on the tongue. And then wrapping around the heel, and also for the lace loops, you've got a microfiber suede, is what Jordan Brand was touting as. It definitely feels more like a synthetic nubuck, but that's also a change from what we're used to. You know, normally at the heel you've got like a synthetic leather and things like that. Here at the back you've got 23 stitched in instead of just embossed on the shoe. And then on the flip of that, instead of having the Jumpman stitched in, you've actually got like an embossed kind of rubbery plastic Jumpman that's shiny there in gem red. Here on the tongue, you've got your Jumpman, and then it says Jordan Jumpman in like dark gray text, so it's pretty hard to read on there. Black rope laces, the eyelets, one of them says 72, the other says 10. Lining of the shoe is black, the insole is black with that gem red Jumpman down there. You've got your size sticker. The tag inside of the tongue is different than the normal Air Jordan 11. Normally it's square, and I believe it says quality basketball products inspired by the greatest player ever. This pair, however, changes that up and says inspired by the most historic season led by the greatest player ever. So that's another nod to the 72 and 10 release. And you've also got on one side you've got 72, and on the other you've got 10. That about does it for the upper. Looking at the midsole, you've got your Phylon midsole in white, and these do actually have the dimples you can see from like the injection or the molding process. I don't think it'll pick it up on camera. It's not that big of a deal, but some people do like to note that. Now flipping to the outsole, this is one of the really cool parts of the shoe. And I talked about the stability aspect with the patent leather. Another way that Tinker went about achieving that was a full-length carbon fiber shank plate, which was actually like the first of its type on a basketball shoe. And he really wanted to show that off, which is why he really wanted to go back to using translucent rubber for the outsole. But he also knew that back when they had done that on other Air Jordan Retros, there were some problems with slipping when you use just translucent rubber. And that was fine in like the NBA because they have such meticulously clean courts, but for kids who were playing high school basketball, that wasn't always the case. So to combat that, you've got these two areas at the forefoot and at the heel of just like black rubber with your herringbone traction pattern. But then you've got your translucent outsole for the rest of the way around there. And that kind of lets you peek into the carbon fiber under there. You can see the Jumpman under there. For these, you've got kind of like a milky white translucent outsole, which it'll be interesting to see how these yellow. I'm assuming they will still yellow, but I'm hoping that the white kind of makes that kind of less of a yellowing process. It'll be interesting to see what happens though. And then right over here, you've got some exposed carbon fiber in that red and black checkerboard pattern. That all wraps it up for these shoes. Like I said, I was a huge fan of this colorway. I'm glad I could finally pick up a pair of the 11s. Let me know in the comments what you think of the 72 and 10 theme overall and this particular pair if you have them in hand, what you think about the quality and things like that. Don't forget to like this video and please subscribe to my channel if you already haven't. I know I've got a handful of shoes that I picked up this semester that I haven't had time to make video for, so I'll be coming out with multiple videos here in the next couple weeks on everything from a pair of Asics all the way up to the Aqua 8s and a few other pairs in between. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great day.